Howdy, y'all. This is Twitchonium coming at you with another Phyrexia All Will Be One quick draft here. Let's go ahead and crack these packs on open and see if we get something cool today. Alright, well, we start off with an Argentum Masticore. I have seen this card do some really good things, but haven't got to try it out myself yet, so I think we'll go ahead and just snatch that up. Pack one, pick one. Fits into pretty much any deck. Some nice other cards in this pack. I'd love to play with a Halberd. Battle Chair's nice. Chimney Ravel's great. Volt Charge is awesome. But I think we'll pick the rare that goes into any deck. Alright, and pack two. Really, none of this jumps out at me as all that exciting. I mean, maybe Gleeful Demolition? None of the commons are exciting at all. Necrotitan really only if we're going to be dedicated in the poison counter deck. Curiosity is just kind of, I don't know. While in most sets, a 3-mana draw 2 is fine. This one it feels a little slower than the others, but maybe that is still the pickup here. It's just blue is very unlikely to be the deck where you are corrupting your opponent, so seems like you're not going to get that discount very often. Yeah, this is rough. I guess I'll take the Gleeful Demolition just because I know red is a stronger color, and we'll see if that works out. Alright, here we've got Rot Priest is really nice, but I don't know that I want to lock myself into trying to do the green-black thing. Not when there's a Lattice Blade Mantis or a Indoctrination Attendant. They're both solid monocolored cards. I mean, either one really could go in with the Gleeful Demolition. Red-white or red-green would both be fine. I think I like the Lattice Blade Mantis more than the Attendant, unless we're in a deck where we can really make good use of the Attendant, so I'm going to just pick up the Mantis here. Okay, now maybe a little bit burned for taking the green card instead of the white card, because Planar Disruption is probably the pick here. Yeah, nothing even else comes really close, so... Oh, we don't quite know what we are yet, but still have some time. And now the best card in the pack is Black Removal. Otherwise, we're taking like a Titanic Growth, Predation Steward, or another Gleeful Demolition, which running too many copies of these feels wrong as well. I might just take the Anoint. That way we've got removal in whatever color we do end up playing. Alright, well, now we do have the another Hexgold Halberd here. Excellent card. Furnace Strider would be great too, but red cards are the two cards I would take first out of this pack, so... Seems like we're potentially going to start leaning towards the red there at least. Well, in a red-white equipment deck, the Against All Odds can do a lot of work. That's where it's at its best, for sure. We also have Crawling Chorus as an option, Dune Mover as an option. I mean, Dune Mover can go in any deck we play, so that might be the better choice since we don't know for sure yet. Or we can kind of more try to solidify ourselves into the red-white. I think those would be the two picks I would do here. And maybe Crawling Chorus after that. Could also take the Annihilating Glare, but it just has been so slow. I would always rather have the Anoint with Affliction, typically. But, I mean, I guess we could just take two black cards. Or then we have 2 black removal spells. I'm just going to take the Dune Mover. It's the unexciting pick, but it's going to make my deck no matter what I end up taking, so... I kind of like it for that. And there's nothing in this pack we want to play. I guess if we did end up in blue, this is what I'd want, but I'll just take a random filler 2-drop creature just in case we need it. Alright, Chimney Rabble, easy snatch here. So red is looking decent. Okay, and an Aspirant is nice if we do end up specifically in the equipment deck. Hazardous Blast will want a copy of, or 2. Got the other Gleeful Demolition back. Okay, so definitely red. Probably trying to bias towards the equipment deck if we can see it open. Or we'll open Jin Gitaxias and probably want to try and force our way into blue red. This is just nasty. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. I'm just gonna pick up a Jin that I've never gotten to play with before, and we will try to force our way over back into blue. Did we pick up any blue cards? Nope. I mean, for white-red, we're missing out on, what, like a Volshock splitter anyways, so not the end of the world if we do have to hard pivot back. So, red-blue, we are going to want to try and pick up some... Well, I guess this is artifact, instants, and sorceries, so we've got... I mean, doubling up on an Argentum Masticore, can you imagine? That would just be gross. But we are going to need to make sure we pick some things up that'll synergize with it there. But for now, I think I'd rather just have the Furnace Strider. I would like a copy of Augury, but not over a awesome hasty creature like that. Ooh, this is tough. Definitely don't care for the Strider here, especially not over the red options we've got. I think I'd rather take the cheaper card. Get the Chimney Rabble. Jailer is an artifact we could copy with Jin Gitaxias, but not very good otherwise. Okay, and here we can take a Glistener Seer. Probably better than a Churning Reservoir, considering what our deck is looking to do so far. And now... we could try and play the Surgeon. I think I might rather just have access to a Shrapnel Slinger, though, just a way to main deck have access to artifact removal. And fills the 2-drop slot out nicely there. Now that we have Jin Gitaxias, I am definitely into picking up some of these card draw spells, because we're going to want to be able to find him consistently. I wouldn't even mind taking some of these counter spells, because we're not going to have a ton of removal unless we pick up the red removal. I guess I will take the uncommon one first, just since we're more likely to wheel one of these auguries we've passed through already. And now, I think the Raptor, even though the other one's an artifact to go with Jin, I think the Raptor is enough better to take that. Yeah, I think we'd take the Augury here. I would love another Furnace Strider, to be honest, but we don't have that many 2-drops and cheaper things to do in general, and that's kind of what we're looking to have access to there. I'll take this Prologue to Phyresis, but I hope not to have to play it. I think I'd rather have another Augury than a Curator. Don't really want to play 3 copies of Hazardous Blast. Yeah, I'll just take the Jailer for the sideboard. Same thing, I guess Prism. It might get played if we get desperate. Alright, last pack. Let's see what we got. Well, Scamp is a fine little card. Batterfist might be a better option. That way it's something we will get potential double value with on Jin, but I think I like the Scamp better here. Well, this is not really a good card, but this might be the deck to try and make it work in. I think we're just taking a Shrapnel Slinger here. We're not going to get there on the artifacts for the Eye of Malcator, and there's nothing else for us here. Yikes, these packs are not going well. We're kind of regretting trying to force the Jin, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be fun. Oops, Doom Mover needs to stay. I don't think we have enough oil for this Anointer. We'll have 1, 2... Yeah. 3. I mean, I guess it's really the best option, but... Now, again, nothing for us. I mean, we could try to force a Venser, but that doesn't seem necessary. There's just nothing for us. Guess we take a free from the flush. Now take another Chimney Rabble probably. Might be better to get a 3-drop artifact in here that'll get potential synergy with Jin, but I think Rabble just on the whole is going to perform better. Alright, and now we have another Furnace Strider. Probably supposed to take the 2-drop here. Could go greedy and try and get a... although I guess you can't really copy this one with Jin very well because of the legendary clause. Yeah, I guess we'll just take the 2-drop artifact creature. Maybe we take the Skull Bomb even? We don't have a lot of reasons to take it for oil, but I mean, we have an Anointer that can use it. Furnace Strider can give more things haste with it. We can scry some more. We could put some counters on something. I don't know, maybe. Really, we'd probably just be using this as a thing to trigger with Jin and draw an extra card or two. But, like, this is the slowest draw spell ever. And we don't really need 3 copies of Hazardous Blast. Yeah, none of these are probably getting played. Alright, maybe we play this guy, probably not. Doubt we got there enough for an Eye of Malcator. Don't want a Font of Progress. We might play a Meldweb Strider. Alright, well. It's a very clunky looking deck, but we have some very strong cards in it, so... I mean, if we ever get to cast Jin, he largely just shuts down certain setups, so... we have no removal, really, other than, like, Gleeful Demolition. We should probably get rid of Hazardous Blast, maybe even 2. We just, without removal. Probably the Strider. I guess I'll probably run it like that. It's gonna be rough, though. Oops. Oh, I'm just clicking everything wrong here. What else am I missing? I'm missing the Raptor. Yep. I mean, really, this Aspirant's not even doing a lot for us because we don't have but the one, I think. Yeah. Equipment. Do we have a better 3-drop to run? Not really. So we probably still do want to run it. And 14-7 definitely seems like we need to have more mountains, but we do still have the Jin, so yeah, I think this will have to do it. Alright, I'll see y'all in round 1. Welcome to round 1. We are on the draw with a little bit of a sketchy hand that I'm still going to keep. I mean, we have a turn 1 play and a turn 2 play. We can try to scry and draw our way into some action, and we're not too far off from having what we need for Jin if we can find him. But definitely a questionable starting hand here. Well, did hit our second color at least, so now we're just trying to draw into some action. Alright, opponent using their removal on my 1-drop. I'm pretty okay with that. And we drew into our best 2-drop, so that's pretty good. Gleeful Demolition is a sorcery, unfortunately, so we'll augury at their end step. guess I'd rather have the bigger creature here. Honestly, wouldn't mind my Hazardous Blast right now. But we do have a nice Furnace Strider play here. If they want to race, I am happy to give it a shot. Best case scenario, they play a artifact creature here. Worst case scenario, we can blow up a Siphoner with our Anointer and give it haste. Alright, and that'll do it for game number 1. Nice little quick, more or less mono-red victory. See y'all in round 2. Welcome to round 2. We're on the play this time, and we've got an okay starting hand. Little odd mix of stuff, but not something bad enough that we need to mulligan. At least have a 2-drop. And then we can try to refill our hands afterwards, see if we can't find something a little more spicy. Well, if we get the lands for it, Chimney Rabble is definitely spicier. I guess this is sorcery. We'd have to play that at sorcery speed anyways. Ooh, and we drew the Djinn. Well, now we definitely want to make sure we can keep hitting our lands. Go ahead and get our Chimney Rabble down here. We will shrink their guy by 1, so our Chimney Rabble can't die easily. They'll have to double block the Rabble if they want to kill it off. Opponent gonna potentially Engraver here. Yep. They're ditching lands, and I would love one more. Well, a couple more, but at least one more for the Strider, and then we can kind of slow burn our way to Djinn. Do have the Augury to get ourselves there at least. And we can blow up their Batterfist here next turn, along with it. Ideally, they'll just play out some more 1 toughness creatures that will die to the blast. Or we'll get our creatures blasted instead. Alright, well, we do hit the land. I think we... No. I think we can hold off one more turn on it. Let's go ahead and just destroy the... Oh, I should have blasted first, maybe. I think this is still fine. Weirdly, I think I just want the land. I just think I want to make sure I hit Djinn. Now if I draw a land next turn, I've got everything I need for him. And I'm still fine if they want to trade their Engraver off here. It's the bigger bootied thing that we need to get through anyways. I'm less worried about a token. Alright, Scamp for the opponent. Oh, and Justiciar. One more 1 toughness creature, come on. Oh man, this... Okay, well, we're Hazardous Blasting this turn now, so that's fun. we still get a blocker for their creature. Don't even need to blow up their Batter Fist. It's going to shrink their creature down to 1 toughness anyways if they do equip it. Well, we're on the Jin plan, so I'm okay just trying to keep the board as even as possible until then. Ooh, Kemba's pretty good. Alright, but we get to drop Jin Gataxius on the board now, and now the opponents can't cast equipments. Or anything, but for them, I'm expecting the equipment to be the relevant part. Can they blow us straight on up? You have to have two removal spells to do it. I guess they could put an aura on him. That would be the worst. White is in the prime spot to do it. Doesn't look like they've got it. We'll get our Furnace Strider down here. Heck, we can even give our Dune Mover haste here. I guess we'll give the token 1 haste if they want to block that one. Alright, making the cat. Not a big deal. I guess they can double block the Jin, but I'm fine with that. It's a lot of value still out of Jin. Alright. He sticks around one more turn. Ooh, Chimney Rabble's a pretty nice little stabilizer there. Ooh, of course. It's a nice one for us to draw as well. Alright, so if we attack like this, they just block, 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 probably. Or block. If we attack like this, I mean, they pretty much have to block Jin with the Rabble, so I think there's no reason not to swing the Dune Mover. Because both of their other guys are too small to profitably block our stuff. They either have to trade with the Dune Mover or just let it through. Alright. That'll do. And that's going to do it for round number 2. I'll see y'all in game 3. Welcome back to round 3. We are on the play with I mean, it's an okay hand. We can play a couple of cards, and the red stuff we have is later plays anyways, so I think we're alright to keep this. If we don't hit a red or any more lands, we might just be hurting, but if that's the case, we're going to be hurting anyways, so. Opponent's starting off with a Cultivator here. Could be red-green oil, but Cultivator's good in a green deck, yeah. Red-green it is. think I'll just get my Raptor down here, and we can Augury next turn if we struggle to hit our lands. I do think I'm okay to shrink their dude, and if they want to trade with the other one, I'm fine with that. Because they can't put the counter on this one this turn anyways. Okay, they're going to use a Hex Gold Slash on that guy. Pretty happy with that, actually. I've got a lot better creatures that I am glad that will eat the removal up on. We do really need to hit a land, though. Particularly a red source. Yep, they're going to get to ramp up into a 4-drop here. Ooh, a Mantis. Yeah, that's one of the better ones to do it into. Thankfully, our Raptor does trade with that pretty well. Or we can just naturally hit our land and jam down a Rabble. Rabble, rabble. And I think I'm still going to keep the Raptor back for now. It just threatens to block pretty nicely. Actually, depending on how they attack here and what they end up doing, I may just let this Mantis live. We'll see. They're likely to have a trick, but I think I want to make them have it here. They definitely have something. Alright, just the trade. I'm okay with that. Trade up our 3-drop into their 4-drop. See what they drop for 5 now. Or they just let the mana burn. Okay. Just swinging with our 2 guys. If they want to double block, I'm okay with that. Just take out their steward. Yep, that's fine. Unless they have a pump spell, which is still fine, honestly, even if they do. But we've got the Augury to draw, keep finding something else to do. Hazardous Blast to get the last hit in whenever we get them whittled down enough. Ooh, Aspirant's not a bad shake. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Augury main phase. Oops. While I still have the Furnace Strider's counter to proliferate before I put it onto the, or give the Aspirant haste. Ooh, we'll take another Furnace Strider, yes please. Next turn we can jam that in and swing with another hasty 4-powered creature. And then the next turn, Hazardous Blast for hopefully the win. Ideally they just take it one more time here. Oh, that's perfect. Yep. Now next turn, hopefully they'll just be chump blocking with their cultivators, and then we'll have it. Although now they've got the mana to do some really scary things, so hopefully there's no White Sun's Zenith here coming. It's kind of what this looks like to me. Or the Wanderer. You don't splash white in a red-green deck for anything less than that. Yeah, this is going to be one of those, I'm guessing. Sure enough. Well, Hazardous Blast is an awesome follow-up to that. Oh man, Thrune though is going to be backbreaking for us. Well, we have a Jhin we can try to top deck and outrace them with maybe. But yeah, this is just gonna be tough. I guess thankfully we are in the lead, so if they do draw bad here. Nope, they drew a Cankerbloom. It's going to be a close one. Their deck probably much better suited for a racing kind of situation like this in red-green. Probably combat tricks. Yeah. It's fine. Better that than taking the extra 4 and being 1 turn away from lethal. Alright. Dune Mover. Alright, opponent, you gotta pass priority, please. Please and thank you. I guess they could just really be considering destroying my Dune Mover here. Don't think I'd want to trade a Cankerbloom into it by sacrificing, but never know. I think we have to attack here. With both. If they want to sack it now, that's fine. That's alright. Still clearing out the Cankerbloom either way. When our draw 2 spell would be great with a couple of cheaper bodies to play. Rib Skiff is a decent play for us at least, because at least they're not adding an extra body onto the board. Man, what I wouldn't give for a Titanic Growth now. Well then. If only Thrune didn't have... Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's just lethal. Woohoo, that was a close one right there. Managed to live through a crazy White Sun Zenith. Countered back with our own pseudo board wipe in the Hazardous Blast. They immediately drop down the Thrune. We end up winning with the Manticore. Alright, that was just a great game. Definitely a fun one. I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome to round 4. We are on the play this time with a pretty well-balanced hand here. We've got some early drops, some interaction, some card draw. Pretty nice. Just hope we can keep drawing into some more creatures here and we should be set. Alright, lands work too. We do have some expensive things in this deck we want to play. Ooh. I'm almost tempted to just Hazardous Blast that, to be honest. Oh, this is tough. I can blow up our 2-drop and turn it into 3/1/1s, which is kind of cool. We already have the lands for everything in our hand, but we do have a lot of stuff in our deck. Though I think I'm just going to take the Demolition. 0. And do we do it now? Next turn we do have a play we're going to want to be doing, so yeah, I may as well do it now. Use all of our mana up. Show blockers for the adaptive, even if they increase its power here. Nice, and they could have just shot off at our Shrapnel Slinger there, so that's not too bad. Alright, I think I'm actually on the swing with all 3. Hope they block 1 of each, and then Hazardous Blast as a follow-up to wipe their board. Or just the free from the flesh on the adaptive, if not. Okay. I don't care to save this, really. But I think we do have to do something since we ended up attacking this way. And I'd rather save the Hazardous Blast for later. This is still fine. Yeah, perfect. If they drop a Chimney Rabble kind of a thing on theirs, we'll just do the same right back. And I'm happy to play the racing game. Our Raptor will come down and block really well. Well, at least the Rabble. This thing could keep growing. But really, we only need like 1 or 2 more turns of chip damage before the Blast will put them in lethal range. Alright, if they want to swing out again. Alright, I think we block 1 this time. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. No, I think we do have to take all of it 1 more turn. That might have been the wrong decision because we have the Raptor coming, but I think it's correct. I definitely should have played that post-combat, though. We just got to really bank they don't have removal here. Alright, well, they're in Hazardous Blast range, depending on what they end up doing here. Okay. That's lethal if they have a pump spell now. And if they have it, I'm hoping they just straight up attack. That'll put us out of lethal range too, though. Even if we're not going to instantly die. We do have some hasty creatures that we could top deck here, though. Oh, we could still try and hit a Chimney Rabble. Oh, and look at that. That is the... I mean, if they've got any kind of interaction here, we're just dead, but... That's the one chance we have to top deck to win this. I should have only attacked with 2 of the tokens. Oh man, if that's all it was. Woo! That was a close one there. But we snuck it out by the skin of our teeth there at the end. Excellent. I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome back to round 5. We are on the draw this time with another pretty reasonable starting hand. Some early plays, interaction, card draw, a little bit of everything. And I'm always happy to have a turn 1 scamp. Very nice against the adaptive here in particular. Blocks it well up until it gets into the 3 and above power range. We'll go ahead and swing in with our scamp here. If they want to block with their engineer, I'm happy to trade a free to flush into it, or free from flush into it. Ooh, opponent has a really nice curve out here. Adaptive into Engraver into Vorak. It's one of the stronger red-green starts. Alright, now we can drop, probably should drop this one first so that the equipment costs less. And so we can threaten to double block. Alright, they're just going to blow us up and proliferate their adaptive. We're going to be taking a bunch here. I think I'm blocking. Yeah, we are losing this race, unfortunately. Nah, yikes. I think we have to try and dig for a land here, unfortunately. And drop another chump blocker. And now we're going to just be all in on the Masticore life here. Like, we may even have to discard Jin to it, unfortunately. Oh, man. Yeah, this is rough. I don't even think that's going to be enough. Because we're going to still take 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're just dead. Nothing we can do. Sometimes it happens. At least it was a nice and quick loss. I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome to round 6. We are on the play this time with an okay starting hand. A little bit of a gap between 1 and 4, but hopefully we can find something on the draws to fill that out here. Once again, starting with a scamp. Oh, and we have both of our bombs in our hand here, but pretty far out from casting either of them, unfortunately. Definitely want to be making sure we keep hitting our lands, though. Would actually be happy to see a Dune Mover of our own, one of our couple of card draw spells we have. There's the Dune Mover, excellent. We'll go ahead and attack first. See if they want to trade off their Dune Mover. And then drop ours. I think we'll go ahead and get a red. Oh, that's excellent. Our Chimney Rebel's gonna line up nicely against a 2-2 here. And we can still attack in with our Dune Mover. Would be excellent if we end up top decking another land for our Furnace Strider too. Although they can sacrifice to pump up the Centurion into a big enough creature to kill off one of our dudes. But then we're still at least getting rid of whatever creature they play. Or the Centurion. Necrosquito. That can get pretty scary later in the game. I do think I'm going to play the Furnace Strider first. That way I can get the Manticore immediately in and hasty with the Strider next turn. Since even if they double block, they won't be able to kill off the Strider. And we'll either kill off both, they'll let it all through, or they'll have to badly jump, yeah. They can still eat the thing if they want, yeah, that's fine too. Happy to get rid of the flyer. As long as we can keep it down to just 2 creatures on the board so that they can't sack a bunch, then we should be okay. And Manticore here may or Masticore may just be okay. Nasty. Well, they are gonna sacrifice our Furnace Strider, unfortunately. Yeah. Pretty bad for us. Well, now I am tempted to not play the Masticore and just keep going till we get Jin. That way we can just get Jin down and try to stall the game out until we can hold up enough cards in hand to make sure we don't have to, you know, be hurting to the Masticore. Because once this is down, I want to keep it down. Alright. That's fine. I doubt they're going to sack the dude. Yeah. Alright, perfect. We will just drop down a Jin Gitaxias here and hope they don't have double removal for it. Alright, they're going to go ahead and anoint our dude first. That makes sense. But yeah, once we can get the Masticore down and attacking, this will be a better matchup for us. We still have another Furnace Strider in the deck too that we could potentially draw into before the Masticore, which would also be fun. Any of these artifacts? Oh, that is awesome right there. We'll do that before the... Go ahead and sack the 1/1 to blow up their Centurion. And double up on our dudes. Now, any artifact creatures we draw, even if they're mediocre like the Slinger there, just get exponentially better and more oppressive here. Their removal is going to be almost completely shut off in black-red. I mean, they might have like one aura-based thing, but yeah, that's going to be tough for them to interact going forward, especially in top deck mode. They have to sandbag a card between turns just to be able to interact. Ooh, Chimney Rebel is an interesting draw. I think we're supposed to just hold it for the Masticore, though, and just get that down here finally. Especially since it's going to double with Jin now. Should have waited, though, before we did that until we had two cards, because it's going to make us discard both. Opponent is getting their mirror countered, but maybe it'll be so they can get through some removal here. Oh, just a Volt Charge for the Shrapnel Slinger. Okay. Nice on the Aspirant with the Proliferate, though. Go ahead and blow up their 4/4 there. And unfortunately we lose our other one, but that's okay. They'll swing in with our 2/5/5s. They'll have to chump block each one. Well, I guess they don't have to technically, but I definitely would have. Should have swung with the 2/2 though, that's for sure. That's alright. Not going to matter anyways. That was a pretty nasty game getting a double up on the Masticores, even if one of them kind of went to waste there. I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome back to the next round. We are on the play, and it looks like an okay starting hand. It's a little clunky, but if we can augury into some more lands, we should be alright. If we whiff on the augury, then we're going to be in big trouble, but one more land draws us to... gets us to another draw spell, so we can keep drawing lands. Really, this game is going to look like kind of like the last one, it seems. Just stall out with stuff until we can get to Jin. It's looking very much like the last game, in fact. We're not going to have anything to proliferate for a while anyways. I'm just going to do this now. Yikes, and we did not hit our land, so we'll grab the Dune Mover just in case we continue to not hit the lands. Ooh, hopefully the opponent has a land to play. Yeah, there we go. That'd be rough for them. Yeah, I think it's fine just to play the Dune Mover and guarantee the land drop here. We don't need to do the draw spell right now. Do a blue for sure. Keep on scamping in. Little skippity scamp does so much work. Well, the opponent is doing the mono white setup game here. Okay, there's some green. We'll go ahead and swing in with both here. If they want to block our scamp, I'm happy to trade 1-drops. Ideally, they'll let it through, wanting to keep their cultivator as a source of, you know, untap and ramp. This works too, though. We'll just draw some more cards. Excellent. Hit both our next land drops here, and it's not like we're lacking for big things to do. Although that one is likely going to just win them the game. We have 0 removal for it. I guess this is our removal for it. Is the discard on the Masticore next turn? We have to discard the Furnace Strider, I guess. There's a lot of stuff they could have to deal with the Masticore, though, here. Just like that. Yep, I think that's just GG right there. I don't know what else we have in this deck. Yeah, racing it will be our only shot if they want to attack. Tell me it doesn't have lifelink. No. Artifact? No. Well, we just have to try and race here. If they do keep attacking, we do have the Rabble for another hasty creature. So the opponent probably is on mono white, just with a few splashes here and there. For the, if you get a 4 white pipped card, you definitely want to be heavy white. Yikes, and a Bladed Ambassador. Well, this was going to be rough with just the Vindicator, but now it's not looking great. Alright, well, we will play our boy just because I want to play him as many times as we can, but that's pretty much going to be GG. Alright, here we go. Let's see if they attack this time. Oh yeah, no reason for them not to attack, yeah. It's just GG. That thing will have vigilance now. Turns out their bomb rare is splashier and bigger and faster and better than our bomb rare. But that's alright. Cool to see it in action. You don't get to see those 4, color pipped cards in action very often. I'll see y'all in round 8, looks like. Welcome to Game 8, everybody. We are on the draw this time with a pretty good starting hand, it looks like. Some early drops, some ways to draw into some of our late game stuff, but we are 6-2, so this might be our last one, or if not, we are headed into the last round, so we'll see how this one goes. Well, Hazardous Blast could be good against a white deck, potentially, if they drop a bunch of those white critters with 1 toughness. I don't think I'm going to Dune Mover, actually, since we already have 4 and 2 draw spells in hand. Ooh, alright. I think I'll just get another creature down first here. No need to start drawing quite yet. Ooh, I like that draw. Now we can send these 2 in and shrink this guy down. Another raptor. Okay, well, I guess their first raptor's getting a little boosted attack in here this turn. If I get another Rabble attack in here profitably, this could... Hazardous Blast could just surprise win the game here against them next turn. Yeah, 3, 6. Yeah. If they can't clear out a significant chunk of our board, this is just GG starting off here. Yeah, alright. Sweet. Good old Hazardous Blast doing Hazardous Blast things again. This is probably the most overperforming card in this format. Like, this effect in most formats is unplayably bad. But yet in this format, it's like overpowered good somehow. It's a weird draft format. Yeah. Crazy stuff. I'll see y'all in the last round. Welcome back to game number 9 here. This is the last one, win, lose, or draw. So it's a little bit of a slower starting hand, especially on the play, but I think I'm still going to keep it. I mean, Chimney Rabble into Chimney Rabble is just really solid, and if we can draw any early stuff, I mean, I have faith that our deck can win a longer drawn-out battle. We've stabilized pretty well so far on. We just drew into the perfect 2-drop here, so now we're just right off to the races. There's a Jin. Opponent on blue-white, probably the artifact deck. I mean, I'd love to see them drop like an Eye of Malcator or, yeah, a Mere Custodian. That works too. I'd love me a Scry, please. Not even sure what I would take here, honestly. If there is a land, I might just leave it for Jin, since we know we have 2 turns of Chimney Rebels anyways. They are likely to have a bunch of artifacts, so I am going to keep that. And I think the Chimney Rebel's the better play here. Not going to use the Raptors counters quite yet. Hopefully they spend the turn tapping out to play a cool artifact of some sort. That would be ideal here for us. Mesmerizing Dose isn't the worst, honestly. Better that on a Chimney Rebel than on a Jin that can't counter an aura. I do think I am going to go ahead and activate this turn. Just get the max damage in that we can here. That way if we draw a Hazardous Blast next turn, it's just lethal. Alright, and another dose. Ooh, that was an excellent draw from us here. And I think that's just going to be GG there. Not bad at all. Ended up going the distance with a super weird red-blue aggro deck with Jin-Gitaxias and a Masticore. I forget, Argentum Masticore, I think it's called. Man, that was just a very strange, strange draft. But boy, if it didn't work out well. Yeah, Argenta Masticore, Jin-Gitaxias, a bunch of haste. Like, Chimney Rebel is just another one of those overperformers in this set. Like, feels like all the overperformers have been in red, too. Hazardous Blast, Chimney Rebels, Furnace Striders. I mean, this little scamp did so much work for us. Yeah. Overall, a really nice little deck. I mean, I feel like we didn't even see some of the cards in this deck, but like once out of 7 games. Like Glistener Seer, Aspirant, even the Curiosity, the Anointer. I think I only saw this once. But super fun deck overall to pilot here. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for coming along on this ride with me here, and I will see y'all in the next draft video. Take care, everybody.